Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Jen and I'm a amateur nail hobbyist. I'm so excited that you're here. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for being part of my YouTube family. I'm really excited about today's video because we're going to be looking at the solid nail tip glue from Vettsy and comparing it to the more traditional way of applying Gel X tips, and that's with a builder bonder gel. So I'm really excited to test them both out side by side and see which I prefer. So I'm really excited. If you are not yet subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you did. I'm doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers and we're already at 60. So it would be super exciting if I could send that giveaway out before Christmas. So like this video, comment down below what you would like to see in the future from my channel, and make sure you click that subscribe button. So let's get right into today's video. So the more traditional way of applying Gel X tips is with a builder bond gel. Sometimes the kits will say like 5-in-1 tip glue, but it's a bond gel. And I really like to use the 10 times Tina. It's a small Canadian company. I really like supporting local, but it's a nice, thick, good consistency gel. So that's the more traditional way of applying Gel X tips, or soft jelly tips, or acrylic nail tips, whatever style you like to use. I prefer using the soft jelly tips, but it's completely up to you. So that's the more traditional method. And then I did pick this up from Vettsy. This solid nail tip glue is all the rage right now. It's all over social media, and I really, really wanted to try it. So let me just open it up. The consistency of this is like super thick. Like, as you can see, I was kind of like sticking my little spatula in there earlier. It's like I don't know if you can see just how thick that is. Like, do you see that string? Like, it's super thick, but also flexible. So it's really kind of an interesting consistency. I have some finger gloves or finger cots on, so I'm just going to take a little bit of it out of the pot. Yeah, like, it's a super cool consistency. Like, I can roll it. It's almost like a jelly. Like, it feels like almost like clay, like nail clay. And then the idea is, so I've already gone ahead and sized my nail tips when I was prepping my nails, my natural nail. So this is, yeah, it's not sticky. So the idea is you can put it like in the tip like that, and like roll it into a little ball, put it in the tip, and then apply the tip onto your nail. Or a lot of people just use the tip as kind of a scoop itself to pick up a little gel, so they don't need to wear gloves to apply. So we'll try it both ways. I'm just going to put this little glob over on a palette off to the side so it stays clean and so we don't waste any product. Always make sure that you use gloves when you're touching any gel product, because you don't want to develop an allergy, have an adverse reaction, anything like that. You also don't want the oils from your fingers getting on the gel and maybe messing up how it adheres. So I've already gone ahead and prepped my nails. I pushed back my cuticles and buffed out the shine off of my natural nail. And then the next step that I do is I always apply a dehydrator. This is just a simple dehydrator that I have. So I like to apply that to all of my nails. And then I like to make sure that that is completely dry. And I also like to follow up with a primer. I really enjoy the 10 times Tina Prep and Prime. So that's what I'm using today. But any like pH primer will work really well. I know a lot of people really like the Young Nails pH bonder. So that works as well. This is just what I have and what I really enjoy using. So yeah, so then you want to make sure that that dries completely, and then you want to apply a base coat of base gel and cure that for a minimum of 30 seconds. So today I'm going to do the more traditional Gel X method with the bonder gel on my non-dominant hand, or on my dominant hand, and then I'm going to do the solid gel on my non-dominant hand. And I'll just kind of see which I prefer. And then we'll finish up the video with a cute little fall look. So I'm really excited. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and applied a base coat to all of my fingernails and cured that for 30 seconds. And I've already gone ahead and sized all of my gel tips and etched the inside. So I really like to use a lamp that we can easily access from both sides. I really like this one because it has a 20-second flash cure, and then it has a 60-second full cure, and you can turn it off. So I really like the fact that you can turn off and on the light. So yeah, I like to start with my pinky. So we'll do a couple nails together, and then I'll finish the rest off screen. So you're going to use your Bond gel. It takes practice just getting the right amount of gel, so you don't get spillage, but you also get really good adhere, like it adheres really well. And you also want to make sure you have enough so you don't get bubbles. So I like to just, hopefully this is in view, I like to apply like a good amount of gel to the tip where I've etched, where it's going to adhere to my natural nail. And then I like to start at the cuticle, press down, and then press all the way down. And if you see there, you don't get any bubbles, air bubbles, and then you just turn on the lamp and you can stick it right under there, and you're gonna flash cure it. I like to flash cure for 15-20 seconds. I usually count to 10, hold it there for 10, and then let it go for about 10 seconds. And by just flash curing it like that, and as you can see, it's nice and straight and there's no air bubbles, so I'm really happy with that application. So I will flash cure for, like I said, about 15 seconds, and then I'll put my whole hand in my big lamp for a solid 60 seconds to make sure that everything is cured really, really well. So we'll do the ring finger together again, and then I'll do the rest off of camera. And then we have the second nail. So as you can see, super easy, super simple, super fast, and it gives you a perfect shaped nail that you can then decorate and make look unique in your own. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the last 3 nails, and then we'll come back and we'll try applying the Gel X tips with the solid glue. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished applying all of my nails using the Bonder gel. And then I've also done my base coat on my other hand and cured for a full 30 seconds. So now we're going to play with the solid gel, which I'm so excited for. I'm just going to stick it off to the side here. So this is the first time I've ever used this product, so if it does not go well, we're learning together because I have no idea what to expect. Okay, so I had that little kind of blob off to the side, so I just grabbed it and I'm gonna stick it in this pinky nail. And that's another thing, is like I don't know how much is too much or too little, so I just stuck it there and let's try it together. Oh, this is so just weird. So I'm gonna try the same method that I usually use, where I just like start from the, I'm just gonna push that back to the cuticle, so I can start from the cuticle and then like lay it down. Oh, see, it's weird because it stays. I like that because then you can like make sure it's straight. Just seem to have like a little air bubble right there. And there was a little bit of leakage around my cuticle, so I don't know if I can just use this spatula to like, yeah, just like pick up that extra gel so that when I cure, it's not on my cuticle. I must say, I like that it doesn't move. And then you have lots of time, like for a beginner, being able to like have time to like make sure it's straight and you didn't put it on crooked, which we've all done. I really like that idea. Okay, so there's my pinky nail. I'm going to cure it. Again, I'm going to do the same thing where I just flash cure for 20 seconds. I really like that you can like, you have time to move stuff around and it stays put. Because you could technically, I guess, apply all your nails and just use a big lamp, which would then get rid of the need for one of these little lamps, which could be useful. It doesn't seem to be heat spiking. I don't have any burning sensation, so that's good. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, I'm going to try the other method where we actually use the nail to pick up some of the gel. See if I like that better. So from what I've seen is people just like literally just like use it kind of like as a spatula. And again, like I don't know how much gel you need. So like I don't know if that's enough. I'll try. Maybe? Okay. So that's how much gel I picked up. It is really easy to pick it up with a tip. So again, it kind of removes that need for an extra tool. Again, see, I got a little on the, yeah. So I'm going to, again, start at the cuticle and press down. I think it's definitely something you need to get used to using and figuring out how much gel you need. But we'll cure that one as well for 20 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the other 3 nails off camera just like I did before. And I'll come back and kind of give you my final like review of the solid gel, like first-hand review. And then I'll make sure in one of my next videos to update you on the longevity and how they adhered and if they popped off and all that stuff. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, all my nail tips have been applied. I will say I prefer the traditional Gel X method. I don't know if it's just because I'm more like I'm used to using that product, but I found it was like really easy to get air bubbles with the solid glue. So I think it's going to take me more practice. I do like the fact that you can adjust and you can apply it and then it's not going to move before you cure, which is really, really nice. I think it might be really good for beginners, and if that's how you learn, then it might be a really good product for you. I think I'm going to stick with my traditional Gel X method for now, but I'm glad that I have it and I'm sure I'll try it out again. So today we're going to create a look using dip powder. I haven't done any dip powder nails on my channel yet, so I'm really excited to do some. We're going to be using mulled wine by Royal Dips, which is another Canadian small business, and their dip powders are awesome, really, really affordable as well. And then I have my clear dip from Nail Candy, and I like to do dip nails using the gel method, so I use a gel base coat to apply my dip powder rather than using the dip liquids. And the reason I do that is because I find that dip liquids can give me kind of an allergic reaction or a dip flu, a lot of people call it. I just find the smell, I don't know, I don't like it, whereas using gel products I never have any issue. I also like the ability to have extra time using gel products and making so you can make sure that the nail is exactly how you want it before you cure it, whereas dip products are more like acrylic, they're self-setting, so you kind of have to be quicker. So I'm going to get it set up to do my nails, buff out the shine, just do a little cuticle work to make sure that they're nice and flush, and then I'll be back. All right, so this is the look we're going to create. As all usual, I've gone ahead and done my dominant hand so that we can do my non-dominant hand together. So when I do dip powder, I like to do the gel method, as I said before. It's really important that you use a nice thick gel so that when you're dipping your finger into the powder, it doesn't ripple and the gel doesn't like stick or contaminate your dip powder, because you don't want that to happen. So I'm just doing a full coat here on my pinky nail, and then I'm going to dip it into the dip powder. I really like 10 times Tina's base gel for the dipping purposes. So that is the base coat that I like to use. But as long as it's thick, it doesn't really matter what you use. I also really like the gel method specifically for dip powder because it gives you time to basically work with the product, unlike using the dip liquids, like I said, had mentioned before. So I dip it in the powder, tap off the excess powder, and as you can see there, it's kind of stuck to the gel. I was moving the powder down, and of course I didn't spill it once when I was doing my other hand, but I made a giant mess this time. Not surprising. So yeah, so I just dipped it again there to make sure that I got lots of powder by the cuticle as well. It's also really easy, like I said, with the gel product to remove it. So if you do flood your cuticle or get any product on your cuticle, you can easily use an orange stick and remove that product so that you don't end up curing the gel and it curing against your cuticle. So it's really easy to clean up, which I really, really appreciate. So after we do that, we then cure for 30 seconds. But here we're going to do our thumb. I typically don't do voiceovers. I just like talking to you as I do my nails. But I, for some reason, lost the audio on this video. I'm not really sure how. So I'm just kind of winging it right now. But yeah, so we're going to do the exact same on the thumb. Nice, thin, even layer of that base gel. And then we're going to dip in that powder, making sure to tap off the excess. And then we're going to cure for a full 30 seconds. So I'll see you on the other side. So I cured that for 30 seconds, and then the next step is just to brush off the excess powder with a soft bristle brush. And as you'll see, the powder cured into the gel. So I'm going to do 3 coats of this red color. So I'll do the next 2 off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've applied 3 layers of the color to my thumb and my pinky, and now I'm going to add 1 final layer of the base gel and then dip in a clear dip powder. And what this does, it just provides a kind of a barrier, so when we're buffing and shaping the nail after it's fully cured, then we don't end up taking away that beautiful color. And it is going to kind of make it look foggy, but don't be alarmed. It will go away. Trust the process. That's what I always say with dip powder. So now we're going to cure for a full 60 seconds. And then when we come back, we will do our accent fingers. So I went ahead and I just sharpened up the shape and buffed out the nail, and they're looking really, really nice. I haven't added a top coat. I'll add that right at the end. But to do these like half and half, so we have half of the encapsulated leaf glitter and then we have half of that color, I like to use these French nail guides. They're a really nice, easy way to kind of like get a cool shape on your nail. So all I do is I just, actually, I'm gonna want it, yeah, on this side. So I just line it up with the cuticle and then stick it on my finger where I want it. And then I just make sure that it's stuck down really well. And so I'm going to put the sticker on this one, which will also be half and half, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I do the dip. Okay, so I've put on those guides, and what this is just going to do is going to help me make sure I get a crisp line and to be able to put the gel in the correct place. So For this one, I want the color on the outside. So I'm just going to place my base coat basically where I want that color dip. So as you can see, really easy. So now I have the base coat where I want the dip color. There's no base on this half of my nail. So when I dip, just like before, tap off, what I'm gonna get is I'm actually gonna only get the color staying where I put that gel. Okay, so I cured that for 30 seconds and now I'm just gonna brush off the powder. And you see I only have the dip powder on the half of the nail that I wanted. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this part of my nail. And I'm going to do 3 coats on each of my index and my ring. And then I will be back and we'll tackle the glitter together. Okay, I got that one off and now I'm just kind of lifted this with a pusher and was able to get that one off. So as you can see, there's like this big now like groove, but don't worry about that. We're going to fill it in with the clear dip powder and the glitter. So the next step is I just put a full, like I cover the whole nail in base coat. Okay, so once the base coat is on all the nails, then you're going to take your clear dip coat or dip powder and you're just going to dip your nails. As always, I like to dip twice. And then you're going to cure for a full 60 seconds. All right, so I went ahead, cured, and now they are fully covered in that clear dip powder. So the next thing is we're going to add these really pretty leaves in all these different colors. I've already gone ahead and pulled them out just so that they're easier for me to grab. And I also already grabbed a disposable palette and I put a little gold polish. And also, you can see it right there, a little bit of the base polish. And that's going to help us pick up the leaves and place them. You also want to use, I like to use a orange stick, but you can use anything. You could use a dotting tool, toothpick, anything to pick up the little chunky glitters. So all I'm going to do is put a base coat down and then dip the end of my orange stick into the gel polish and then pick them up and place them where I want them. So I will kind of speed this up so you can watch me do that. But yeah, I'm going to do all 3 nails at once. I'm just going to put the base coat where the red isn't on these half nails and then a full nail on my middle finger. Okay, enjoy. All right, I'm really happy with the placements on those 3 nails. So now I'm just gonna flash cure for 10 seconds. And now I'm gonna put another full coat of my base coat and dip in my clear dip powder. Okay, and because those glitters are still like poking out and I can feel them, I'm gonna do 1 full coat. And of the base coat and dip one more time in my clear dip powder. But for the accent nails, I'm actually going to do like the full nail over that red as well, just so that it is as smooth as possible. Once I'm done that, then I am going to buff and shape my nails, and then I'll come back and we'll add this little gold detail and top coat. Okay, so I'll see you really soon. Okay, I just wanted to show you the nails before I file and shape them. Remember to trust the process. I know these look horrible. They're super lumpy, like they're really rough to the touch, and the shape is really off. But when I come back and you see them all filed, you're gonna see that they look really good. So you trust your file and trust yourself and trust the process, and you'll be really impressed with the results. All right, all buffed and shaped, and I just wiped them off, all my nails off with alcohol so that there was no dust sitting on them. So now it's just the final touches. So I decided when I was doing these, it's really nice to just add a little bit of a line so you can really see where the change happens. It also just kind of like cleans it up so that if you did make any little mistakes, you're kind of hiding them, which is really, really nice. So I just took a little bit of the gel polish and I'm using a really fine dotting tool, and I just pick a little bit up, and all I do is I just follow that natural line that's already there. So my nails have already been buffed, and like I said, I already cleaned them with some alcohol, so they're nice and smooth. You can use a brush, but I just find a dotting tool is easier to manipulate and it's more forgiving. Did get a little gel on my cuticle there, so I'm just gonna clean that up. It's also really easy to take a cleanup brush and clean it up as well. And then we just do the exact same thing over here. And I just find just adding this, and of course you can use any color you wanted. I'm just using gold because it matches, but I just find just adding that little line makes such a difference and just makes the nail look like finished. So that's all I did there. I'm just going to flash cure for a quick 10 seconds, and then we're going to top it off with a top coat. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy watching me do my nails. I love doing my nails, and I like sharing like my nail looks with all of you. I just wanted to like share how grateful I am. This is just like a hobby and I enjoy it, and it always makes me so excited when I see people have liked the video, commented, or I get new subscribers. Yeah, it just means a lot. When I first started this, I said to my husband, I was like, there's no way anybody's gonna watch me do my nails. Like, it seems silly, but he's like, you enjoy it, do it. Like, if somebody watches, great. If somebody doesn't, then you're doing it for you. So that's why I started. And yeah, so I'm just super grateful for all of you. And I can't wait for my channel to keep growing, and I hope that people still continue to enjoy my nail look. So I'm going to finish off the top coat, and then I'll come back to say goodbye. So there's the final nail look. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I really like the encapsulated look, and I think they just scream fall. So I think they were a great set for my last fall set. I have a couple more hauls coming up, so please stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!